Why he kissed her so hard? Oh girl, that ain't what you was saying before. Hold on. Cause girl, now you got me scratching my head. There's no way in hell that you can convince me that this is a coincidence. Netflix, you ain't slick. What is up? It's your girl Lex. Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are returning, thank you so much for being here. And if you're new, welcome home, girl. Come on in, take a seat, get comfortable, because as always, we definitely about to get into it because we are reviewing season 5 of Love is Blind. Hold on, because if you haven't watched the review of episodes 1 and 2, go ahead and click that little card up there. Yeah, watch that first and then bring it on back here so you can get caught up, girl. And then we'll get into some things. The drama is, oh, it's so good this episode. It's so good this season. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So if you watched my review of episodes 1 and 2, you know the deal. I got my phone. I got my notes. Cause what? Cause I gotta stay organized? Yes. All right, so we're gonna start off with JP and Taylor because as you know, the last episode ended off with them basically getting ready to reveal themselves to each other. And the nerves are kicking in. They're finally getting to meet each other after spending, I'm not sure how long, but it wasn't that long, amount of time in the pods. The excitement seems very much so there. Neither one of them seem like they're really worried about what the other person looks like, even though Taylor did mention that in the real world, she typically does go for looks. So we'll see what her reaction will be when she sees JP. It's time for the reveal. The light comes on, the door starts to slowly open. So dramatic, I know. But they finally see each other. And JP ass is just cheesing. Like, dude cannot stop smiling. He's smiling real hard. And Taylor, she runs out and she's like, sugar butt. Like, it's cute. It's cute. The excitement was very much so there for both of them. So it seemed like it went really well. You know, they greeted each other, gave each other a hug, gave each other a kiss. Hey, now why JP had to kiss that girl so damn hard? Like he looked like he wanted to be in her skin. Like, if I want to be in your skin is a person, it would be JP. Cause why the hell he kissed her so hard, y'all? Like, look at it. Why he kissed her so hard? You know what? She seemed to like it. So I don't know. But you know, he does the typical thing that every guy does. When I finally see you, I'm gonna propose. So he gets down on one knee and he proposes to her in person. And of course, she still says yes. That would be embarrassing if she did not. And you know, they kind of sit down and they start talking and it's giving awkward. After a while, it kind of just felt like Taylor was carrying the conversation. And I was like, is he ever gonna say something? You know? Because, sir, we'll see how that goes. Okay, so after JP and Taylor finally meet each other, we kind of shift to Stacy and Izzy. Now, before Stacy sits with Izzy, she actually has a moment in the house where she's, you know, just kind of talking to the girls and telling them she really is building a connection with Izzy, but doesn't want to share it in the house so much. It's easier to fall in love with somebody when you don't have a million people in your ear about it. And I definitely agree with her on that. Like, you know, she even kind of shared a little poem that she wrote about him, and it was very cute, very like Stacy. And I'm not gonna lie, you know, the first 2 episodes was kind of giving just fun girl, like, where's the depth? But it was kind of nice to see her like open up and express how she actually feels about Izzy. So then she goes and sits with Izzy, and Izzy is just kind of explaining to her like, look, this situation is getting hard, like harder than what I thought it would be. So I really need to know like where you're at with me. You in it or not? Like, how do you feel about me? And Stacy's response was a little concerning because she was basically saying, you know, like, I haven't felt like this about anyone in a while. So I think she has reservations about connecting with Izzy. I think she feels that way, like it's in there. It's in there in her. Like she feels that. She could see it growing into something great. But I think she's just scared because of her past experiences. However, she's definitely starting to build more of a trusting bond with him. Like she's definitely starting to open up and let him in just a little bit more. Just a little bit. Not too much. Just a little bit. But you know what? Baby steps. Baby steps. Because that's still progress. Coming from the girl that just wanted to have fun. You know? So his biggest insecurity actually happens to be abandonment and just not having somebody to reciprocate the love that he gives to them. And Stacy actually feels the same way. Like that's one of her biggest fears too. So they both have abandonment issues. They both want to make sure that they're picking someone that is locked in. You know, like somebody that's actually going to commit and fight for it and really see it through and not just give up and walk away. I'm proud of them because I was a little concerned. We needed that. We needed to see them break those walls down and break down those barriers. I mean, like the conversation got so vulnerable that to the point that like Stacy cried. Stacy cried. My girl cried, like shed some tears. Not no little, but like, you know, that was literally so refreshing to see. So after Milton has his conversation with the guys, he actually goes and speaks with Lydia. They acknowledge that they don't come from similar backgrounds, but that seems to be what's drawing them together because they do still have things that they have in common. They're like, look, we don't come from similar backgrounds. We're very different. But we can take that and make it a positive thing for us, or we could take that and that could ruin what we got going on. He even expresses with Lydia about like one of his most traumatic experiences when he found out that his spine was messed up. He had to get surgery and his life was on the line, honey. But I think it shows that he's really like learning from this experience and he's really opening up to Lydia. There's definitely a good possibility that they actually could work outside of the pods. Who knows? So obviously we lost daylight. But the show must go on, okay? So next, Johnny sits with Izzy. Johnny is happy to speak with Izzy, but Izzy is like stressed because, like I said, like at this point, he initially was juggling 3 girls and now he's juggling 2. And I think, you know, after having that conversation with Stacy, he's ready to go ahead and just solidify it. Like, let me make my decision so we can move on. He's like, look, I've been enjoying this with you. I've really been falling for you. I could see, you know, things working out with us. But it's like Stacy just kind of came out of nowhere and just, it dawned on me that I really want to be with Stacy. And I choose Stacy. Keep in mind, Johnny cut off Chris for Izzy. Johnny is like, I hear you. Like everything that you're saying about Stacy, like that's how I felt about Chris. So it's like the fact that you're telling me you feel like this about Stacy is like, that's crazy because that's how I felt about Chris. But Chris was the safer option for me, and he's typically what I go for in the past. Like he would be basically me repeating a pattern, which is like, oh girl, that ain't what you was saying before. If you gonna lie, you gotta be consistent in your lie, baby. Because it's like, you told Chris something different, but okay. Johnny's having a hard time taking this in. She's like, listen, I done gave up my safe option. I was 100% secure with my other option. And I took the risk with you and it didn't work out. He's like, look, I hear you. I receive what you're saying, but I choose Stacy. She's like, okay, I get it. And she just leaves because it's like, what else can you say? Johnny goes back to the women's living quarters, and you know, she's just kind of telling some of the girls what happened, and she lets them know like, Izzy cut it off with me. He's choosing Stacy. Sis really just starts trashing them. He's gonna leave, you know, the pods and go out into the real world, and he's always gonna think about me. Like, he's gonna regret not choosing me. She's basically just telling the girls that all they're doing is in there trying to have fun with each other. Like, he basically chose fun over love. But not only does she say that, but she also expresses how she feels dumb because she cut off her relationship with Chris. And I think she finally realized, like, you know, Chris actually cared about her and actually could have been the one for her. But she cut him off. Ciao. After Izzy cuts it off with Johnny, he goes and sits with Stacy. And this is his time to be like, look, I know I was juggling everybody, but I choose you. I want to be with you. Like, I feel comfortable with you. I feel like you know me so well. I feel like I could really see life with you. So I choose you, girl. She is happy that he chose her. But it's still not given she feels the way that he feels about her. So he asked her, he's like, you know, how do you feel about the L word? You know, how do you feel about love? Because at this point, he can see himself really falling in love with her. He's like, you know, how do you feel about the L word? And she's like, I like you. Like, I'm really growing feelings for you. I could see myself falling for you. But basically, I'm not there yet. I could see myself falling in love with you. But like, my body is just not conditioned to these types of emotions. And right there, Izzy gets worried, honey. I can see it all over his face. He's like, damn, I hope I didn't make the wrong choice. She's finally admitting, like, I can see myself falling for you, but emotions and love like this scare the hell out of me. So it was nice to hear her finally verbalize that, but it also kind of made Izzy's ears perk up a little bit. Like, should I be worried here? Is there something to be worried about? He told us, he said he wants the fun, but he also wants somebody to be vulnerable with him. I don't know if homie gonna get that from her. After Johnny has been dumped by Izzy, I told y'all Izzy had that girl in the chokehold, and now she's sitting here looking and feeling dumb, as she should. She decides she wants to talk to Chris again. And y'all already know where the hell this is going. I don't even think her wanting to talk to Chris is about her actually missing him. I think it's she wants to find a way to stay in this situation. She wants to stay in a pod. She wants to walk out of the situation feeling like, well, at least I left with somebody. It's giving desperation. Johnny sits with Chris. She just kind of tells him, like, look, things are over between me and Izzy, and I'm hurt by it, but I'm dealing with it, and I'm moving on. She basically told Chris that she really feels like she got in her own head about him, and that she does what she typically did in her past, which is follow a certain pattern of choosing certain people. Now, keep in mind, this girl said the same shit to Izzy. You just pulling shit out your ass now. You saying whatever you need to say to secure the bag. You'll do whatever you need to do to get your way out of a situation. It's manipulative. What she's telling him is some bull, okay? She's feeding him a bunch of shit. We all know that that ain't how she feel for real. You know, she definitely just tells him, like, yeah, I am ready for that because, you know, I feel like you are the safe and secure option. And I think I just got in my head and chose Izzy because being with you felt safe, but just less exciting. Hold on. Because, girl, now you got me scratching my head. Did you really just tell this man, like, you're just not exciting? Like, you're safe, you're secure. Like, I know I would be good with you, but I would be bored. She just say whatever, and it don't even seem like she really be thinking before she speaks. Whatever she thinks, it just comes out, and it's like, girl, how many times I gotta tell you to hush? Stop talking. And then she said she was a lawyer. Like, lawyers are supposed to be good with their words. You're supposed to know how to make yourself look innocent even though you guilty as hell. That's your job. So the fact that you can't do that for yourself has me like, you're supposed to know how to defend yourself. And you really just keep throwing your own self under the bus. Chris is telling her like, I was messed up by this. You know, I was emotional when you decided you didn't want to be with me anymore. So I really feel some type of way about this whole situation. And I came here to find, you know, a wife and find a person for me. And it hurts to hear you say that you don't see me as exciting, because every time I get to spend time with you, I'm so excited and I can't wait to speak to you. So to know that that's not mutual and you would just choose me because it's safe, that's not what I want. Like, there's a lot of manipulation in this season. I love the drama, I love the mess, but at the end of the day, real world, a lot of this stuff would not fly. A lot of this stuff would not be okay. Like, it's pure manipulation. He's like, you know what? I hear what you're saying, but like, I just need time to think. Let's reconvene on this. I'll let you know if, you know, I'm willing to give you another chance or not. Chris goes back to the men's living quarters and he's sitting with the guys. And of course, one of the guys is Izzy. And he's basically saying like, bro, like, I'm even more messed up in the head now. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to feel. I don't know what to say. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So Izzy is like, you know, do you want me to be honest about what was told to me? And Chris is like, hell yeah. Izzy's like, listen, she basically was saying that Johnny said that you were the safer option and she felt safe with you, but she never really was like in love with you. So she didn't want to go back to her old pattern. So that's why she didn't choose you. Like, she couldn't see it with you for real. And that's why she wanted to be with me. And Chris is sitting here like, bro, that's exactly what she told me, but the opposite. Let me tell you something. Y'all think these men don't be talking? These men talk more than us. And they all kind of just sitting there like, damn, sis is really telling you one thing and telling me another. And yes, sis is. Okay, so y'all know I like to say them for last. Because they gonna give us the tea every time. Aaliyah and Uche, they gonna give us the mess every time. We can count on the drama every time. Every time. And while I love it for good television, it's sad, and it's really sad for my black people. Bombastic side-eye. Like, I'm side-eyeing this. Very much so. Uche and Aaliyah meet up for their date. You know, the date starts with Uche giving Aaliyah a journal, which was really cute. He left the journal in the room for her and was like, you know, I want to give you this so you have somewhere to, you know, just kind of write your thoughts and spill out all your feelings and everything. But also, he wrote a note for her and put it in the journal. So she read the note out loud and it was really sweet. I ain't gonna lie. It was really sweet. And honestly, we needed to see that from them because they've been on a roller coaster since episode 1. She definitely thinks the poem is really sweet. And, you know, for her, she's expressing her thanks for, you know, him giving the journal and just her feelings towards him and just saying, you know, I really feel like I appreciate you for this. You know, I feel like you'll really always be honest with me. This man is like, speaking of honesty, I have to tell you something. And I was just like, here we go. Here we go again. Like, we can't keep it positive for like this long. It's like, listen, speaking of honesty, there's something I have to tell you. This man proceeds to tell her on the first date in the pods, I had a date with this girl, my very last date. I walked in, I sat down, started talking to her, and this girl knew me. She knew everything about me. And then I realized that it was somebody from my past. Somebody who I dated outside of the pods. Guess who it was, bitch? It's Lydia. Oh! Netflix is good for leaving us exactly where the hell they found us at. Because, baby, then we got to wait till the next episode. So, yeah. That's how episode 3 ends. Episode 3 was pretty good. Izzy finally choosing who he wants to be with, and Johnny being bitter as hell. Uche telling us that he used to date Lydia and he did not know Lydia was here, allegedly. Let me tell y'all something. These producers be knowing. Ain't no way that they didn't know that Lydia and Uche dated prior to the show. There's no way in hell that you can convince me that this is a coincidence. Netflix, you ain't slick. You ain't slick, baby. You not slick. I see you. I see what you doing. But you know what? We love a good storyline, girl, so don't stop. Like the video if you like this type of content from me, so I know to keep making this type of content. Drop down in the comments. Let's talk about it. All right, guys, that is gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.